wife and I and 3 other couples had been planning a catamaran sailing tour of the Greek islands for a couple of years. Greece was the cradle of civilization, of philosophy, of sailing culture. We had all sailed in the British Virgin Islands and the Dalmatian coast of Croatia. Both were awesome. Greece offered a mix of ancient culture, good weather, great food, famous beaches. We had decided to sail the last week of May, as it is considered a shoulder month, and the weather is still pretty good, and the beaches and towns are not as crowded or as expensive as the heat of the summer tourist season. There are great benefits to sailing with the same couples on a third trip. The idiosyncrasies are all known. Who should be in charge of the music playlist? Who's going to push to stay up too late or imbibe too much? Who likely did better research? Who's better at recording the finances or calculating currency conversions, or more prone to seasickness, or perform entertaining acts like a precarious headstand, or an impromptu dance, or organizing wig night? We met with the captain on a Zoom call prior to the trip to attempt to enforce our desired itinerary. My research consisted mainly of reading Zorba the Greek and the Odyssey and Googling things like top 10 things to do in the Cyclades. As it turned out, the captain knew what was best for us and only sort of pretended to let us make our own decisions. After all, he knew the boat, the weather patterns, the best marinas, the best times to be anchored at the beaches. Originally, we thought we wouldn't need either a chef or a hostess, but Captain talked us out of such nonsense. We could never have shopped or cooked like George did. He knew all the right places to get the right ingredients. His eyes would light up explaining the importance of certain obscure steps of creating the perfect balsamic vinegar for this specific dish that nobody on earth could recreate. He knew when to tempt us with dessert and when to hide the ice cream. Yulia served as our hostess, but doubled as the bosun, and impressed us with her ability to juggle both roles. I have a habit of waking up early. Yulia would be up about 30 seconds later like she had a sensor on my door handle. She memorized mine and everyone else's coffee preferences and could handle multiple sleepy coffee demands, all while untying the catamaran lines to shove off for the day. Captain asked if it was all right if he sailed into the night so we could be closer to the beaches of Milos the next morning. We have good weather. We should use it. You can eat and then sleep while we sail. Okay. We agreed, pretending we had a choice.
And George.
You want it cold? Make espresso and put it in the fridge.
Yeah, make espresso and put it in the fridge. Okay, is that cold? How many colors? What, 3, 4? Well, no, we'll probably do 14.
position. You don't get the two cheeks.
I don't know. It seems pretty flat to me. I don't know what you guys.
I don't know.
I don't know if you guys are related about it.
But just to eat it, so cute. You got this before? Oh, no, but you had it. Oh, I have to bite down from you.
It's a beam.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Get that. Get that.
Oh my God! You serious?
Wait, that again. There we go. Are you a singer? You guys are here singing? Our family.
On our first morning, we awoke to an empty bay on the island of Serifos, just two monohulls anchored at a distance. The hills were brown and terraced and slightly tinged with the red of iron, rock fences with nothing to contain. No sign of commerce, a solitary truck zigzagging its way across the hillside. We sipped coffee and ate breakfast, and then Captain shouted, "Let's go," and sailed toward Milos. We stopped first on a couple of beaches on the north side. One was a windswept landscape, the other a small bay dotted with colorful dwellings. Now we're on standard speed. Now we're on standard speed.
What is following me?
So, and then, hi, we're doing slow-mo now.
No, it's regular.
Here, get Laura's arms.
Now we're regular speed. Famous extra.
Further than you think.
For rocks. What's this now?
We should call you the donkey. The pack mule.
I'm curious.
You always
how
carry
big
all
do
the
you
stuff
think it
back.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Right now I'm on National Geographic.
Can you touch the bottom? I think the temperature's what? 72?
Want to try? I'll film you.
72?
I'll just stick it underwater. Can I go underwater?
Next time
Yeah, go for it. All right, check it. All right, Kevin.
Oh, hold on. Oh, okay.
I'm gonna film you underwater.
No ram, turn about.
All right, hold on. Wait.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
I'll shut that car down.
Left on her.
I think I got you, but I'm not exactly.
I don't worry about
sure.
Left on her.
Left butter.
Especially with this on.
Yeah, I'm going to get
All right, we're gonna get everybody's legs.
Put on my wetsuit next time. My full body wetsuit.
All right.
Boat 2.
Oh, time of your life?
Yes.
Time of our life. Mykonos.
The current time of our life.
Milos, 2024. Oh.
This is the best time we're having today.
Yes.
Actually, we've had a good day so far.
Oh man. Can't wait till the next best time.
And a good trip. Come on, man.
Oh, I didn't know
I want to film. I'm going to film you.
Oh, okay.
Jacques Cousteau. Okay, I don't know if I got it on anymore. We showered and dressed in fancier clothes while Captain motored toward the port town of Adamantas. We passed rock formations and a little village at sea level. Just one of many incredible places. You can't imagine them unless you see them in person. Photos in a book or online just seem distant, or maybe photoshopped. You need to see it in three-dimensional spatial view with all your senses, with the sun and the angle of sail causing shadows to dance, and the wind on your face and the water splashing against the hull.
Aphrodite and Venus.
We taxied to Apollonia for dinner to eat fresh seafood caught earlier in the day. The taxi ride cost more than the dinner and drinks, and we weren't sure if we were negotiating properly.
Or just a standard.
Captain got moving early, shouting at Yulia, "Let's go," in that authoritative style we were getting used to. They would bark back and forth at each other in the language we couldn't understand, so we listened for tone to try to imagine what the shouting was about. Captain probably won most of the matches, but unflinching Yulia seemed to hold her ground well. Captain wanted to get to Kleftiko Beach early so he could get his favorite anchoring spot. We had seen pictures of the windswept landscape and were looking forward to it. But again, until we saw it in person, we couldn't quite grasp it. Kleftiko comes from the word klepto, or another word for pirate. All the little caves were notorious for places for pirates to hide themselves or their treasure, and we took turns exploring them in kayaks, on paddleboards, and then Captain impressed us with his dinghy handling skills, guiding skillfully in and out of the caves.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for going back and letting me get my phone.
Yeah, sometimes I know better. Sometimes.
You always do.
Okay. Probably need to. Hey! I did, yeah. Whoa, look at you guys.
Hey.
Okay, hold your bottom up.
Oh. Okay. Getting the pirates round in the bend.
Here's a little hole. I know.
All right, well, I'll, you lead, I'll video.
Huh?
So you go ahead, I'll video while we go, just to see, just in case we see some treasure. We'll capture the moment. Oh, yep, treasure indeed. Okay, let's see if we can make it through a tunnel.
Oh, look how high it gets because the shells are way
Oh,
up
yeah.
here.
Okay, I don't know if we can make this turn.
We can.
Perhaps, okay.
And there's our boat. This was the best right here. Bring it, Kev.
Woo! There's our boat. Another boat. Okay. The captain taking us on a little trek. Randy and Laura. Oh, yeah. Oh, geez.
Wait, so how was there enough the water was really
That's overachieving. Of course, yeah.
Is he coming this way or that?
Kayaks through here, and I think I may have gotten these anyway. So.
But I did.
I did too. So I'm taking pictures. You can take a picture of me. I don't want to be always with my phone, so I'm always like, just say, phone down.
Yeah. Phone down.
Look at this. So that's all wind erosion, right? Ironed it. A lot of wind. Or
Maybe we came from the other way.
Tunnel of Love. Wow.
yeah, the hieroglyphics.
Yep. I think we came through. Who knows what we did? I don't know what we did. That's neat. Yeah. One thing and another.
That one.
Oh. There's a cave. Oh, one more boat. Arms are getting tired. Yeah.
Hello guys. Got him out.
Oh my gosh. Look at you.
Giannis.
Oh, a beach. Some rocks.
So what do you think? Huh?
Awesome. Got it.
Yeah.
Picture of you with everything behind you.
Okay. Here come the Weisses. Marauders that they are.
That's right. We've come to get you, Piper. Big booty, Piper.
That's your booty.
That part of the mountain came down. Oh, yeah, so that does happen. Yeah. That's what I want to do.
So the metal rods were those.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, I'm backwards.
Okay. Sarah's coming.
Oh, there goes
Film or video?
Oh, Randy. Oh, you
I'm trying to spin around. Hold on.
You make me nervous.
All
right. Okay, who's counting? What? 1, 2, 3, jump.
Okay.
Is that how we're doing it?
1, 2,
Randy, go forward.
3, jump!
I made it. How come nobody told me I had my sunglasses on?
You think you got him?
He was inside me. Let me make sure. Okay. Got the video going. All right. I'm going to go underwater. All right. And now I don't have to get a haircut. There goes Meme to do a headstand.
And of course, you know, the surgical precision of the not hitting any rocks.
We spent Monday night in Kimolos, walking up from the small port to the small town, past occasional street signs, houses adorned with sailboat engravings or other art, elderly women picking wild saltwort to season their meals, cats outnumbering locals, a tavern with a dusty bouzouki and a broken jukebox. We stopped at the only shop to pick up extra wine as our pace of consumption had been faster than we had projected when we originally provisioned. The captain was there buying cigarettes and ouzo. A young schoolgirl sat at a second register doing her homework. On Tuesday, we were off to the small, beautiful bays and beaches of Polyaigos, Greek for many goats, on our way to spend the night at the island of Folegandros. Captain hustled to get there before other boats, again to get to the prime anchoring spot. At breakfast in the beautiful bay, George served us goat cheese he said was made by the only guy that lived on the island, the best cheese we'll ever eat. Captain Yanis told us a story that one of his prior guests insisted the island was uninhabited because that's what Google had told them. So finally, to prove that someone in fact lived on it, Captain went ashore with just a bottle of ouzo and came back a little later with a bag of freshly made cheese. He laughed in that manner we were becoming accustomed, that laugh that meant, the captain's always right, so don't question me. We took turns swimming, exploring, relaxing, and moved the catamaran to another beach. At one point, the goats came down to check us out and see who was eating their cheese. Whenever you're ready.
2, 3.
There we go. Nice.
Don't do it slowly. It's worse that way.
It really echoes in here.
What? Oh, jeez. Shut up. Shh. It's like a cathedral. It's like church.
It's like church.
All right. So, ma'am, how would you describe your experience so far?
I would rate it a 10.
Yeah. On what kind of scale?
1 to 8.
Yeah. What do you like most about?
This very, very blue water.
Okay.
And these craggy rocks.
Yeah. Have you been able to eat enough on this trip, or are you like starving a little?
Kind of starving.
I think we're at the upper side of the burn.
Gals are exploring here. Wow. Well, I'm glad you gals went exploring. This is kind of crazy. Precarious. Yeah. It's awesome. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
How deep is it?
Oh, got the video on.
It's so cool. Look up. Crazy. That crevice right there is so cool. Look at the purple in the rock right here. I mean, just look up there. Amazing.
Yeah. Which side?
In Milos with a beer and friends.
Cheers. This is like below deck, you know, when they jump in the car in the first place. Yeah.
Yeah.
We haven't been able to do anything for like a week.
On the way back, we'll have no clothes on.
Oh, thank you.
Somebody will fall on the little thing right
Thank
there.
you for that offer.
Yeah. George is already off. Look, George is already off.
We'll have swap spouses.
Everybody, a few people will be throwing up, right?
Yeah.
George is already on his way.
Folegandros was a change from our original plans. Captain said the weather was right, and we were a capable group, and so we should skip Serifos and go to one of the most underrated, beautiful places in the islands. He said it was too far south for a lot of sailors, and that if people got that far, they would typically go to Santorini instead, which Captain said was a terrible place to sail because the port was so far from the main tourist spot of Ia, and people waste most of their day traveling. We had been there the week before and could appreciate his insight. Folegandros was indeed photogenic as promised. We taxied straight up to the top where the main city was located with beautiful views and walked through the white alleys to check views at different locations. Eventually, we tired out and sat outside a tavern to take in drinks and dinner, and later taxied back to the boat for what turned out to be wig night. We had a long sail on Wednesday morning to get farther north to Serifos from Folegandros. Captain anchored at a small beach that Dennis called oligarch approved, as evidenced by the large yachts parked there. The other three couples went for a walk on the road as Annette and I explored the beaches. Heading into Kythnos. We were not sure we were going to be able to get Catamaran because there aren't that many spots, but our captain knows what he's doing. He got it figured out. So not sure what we're going to do here tonight. We are eating on the boat because George is a fantastic chef. And actually all our meals on the boat have probably been better than meals off the boat. See a few boats. There's a few guys jockeying for position out there. Serifos was another great town, high up on a hill with its own labyrinth of alleys to explore and viewpoints to photograph the marina far below. Many of the locals sat at taverns at dusk and chatted with each other while sipping ouzo. So we decided to participate in that part of the culture. woke up early to try to catch the sunrise. It was quite windy out, as Captain had foreshadowed. We sipped coffee and watched several boats make what appeared to me to be rather risky maneuvers, and I was glad I wasn't in charge. Throughout the islands, the presence of ancient Greece hovered all around us, overlapping with the new Greece of tourism and newer technology. Serifos was known as the island where Perseus returned with the head of Medusa, exhausted from his exploits. He couldn't sleep because the frogs were too loud, so he asked the king to silence them. It must have worked because we didn't hear any frogs. I've had my sleep disturbed by roosters in the Caribbean, so I felt like I could relate. Giannis raced 2 other boats into Marichas harbor at Kithnos. This was an obvious battle on the open sea and was fun to watch. He positioned to get the right angle and won the final best spot at the marina. The other boats took about 30 extra minutes and had to jockey around and wait for the harbor master's direction, and ultimately had inferior views. He just grinned and puffed out his chest and claimed, "I'm the last pirate in Greece." George smiled and shook his head and said, "There's only one Giannis." Giannis reflected a bit more and decided to try an American metaphor. Sometimes sailing is like cowboys and Indians. We are the cowboys. Yuli poured us small sips of wine, and we watched the sunset over the bay then, slipped off the boat for another fresh fish dinner, and a little ouzo. Captain was already anchored at a small strip of Kelowna Beach by the time I was awake. This one was also rather famous in the guidebooks. Ships could pull up and anchor on either side of it and paddle around the cove or walk along the small strip or hike the trails for views or just sit at the island bar. We opted for all 4. My mood was a little subdued as I tried to shake off insufficient sleep and a sadness that the trip was coming to an end. We sailed most of the distance back toward Athens, and Captain timed it perfectly so we could watch the sunset as he anchored at a distance off the city of Athens, not in a cove, but open to the elements, which happened to be calm. One of our crew asked, "How do you know we aren't anchored in a shipping channel where we risk getting run into at night?" Captain just laughed. "Because I know," he said with that captain mix of good humor with a tinge of, "Don't ask me any more dumb questions." We sat and sipped and reminisced about the week, trying to piece together our days by looking at photos and receipts. The sailing, exploring caves and beaches, dining on equally photogenic and healthy cuisine, laughing at Saoirse's dance moves, sipping ouzo, wine, coffee, all at their proper moments, sneaking ice cream from the freezer at midnight, all supported by a talented crew. And we watched as the sun finally set off that wonderful explosion of color as it slipped into the sea, as if saying, "Congratulations on a day well spent. Relax now. Rest. I will rise up again in the morning, and together we will make a new day of it."